Tribal court. I'm not even in the mood to change the title today.
I knew you would. I knew you wanted to change the
Manny, you
title.
lost. You lost because we already went live, so that title is live on the market. Is on the scene. Manny did change the thumbnail. Everybody, tribal court happened. It's like the people court, but with Samoans. Pacific
No, it's
Islander
not like
court.
people court. There's no judge. There's no judge.
There is now a judge. He's the one holding that chair.
The biggest disappointing thing that I want to say that happened from tribal court was the fact that I never got to see the exhibits that Paul was going to present because he got cut off really quickly. But
he had evidence in the trial of Sami Zayn, so I wanted to know what he had.
What, the Usos always interfering in matches that they're just as no good as Roman?
Welcome everybody to the show.
Was graphic.
I am Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
And I am Marcus the Grand Finale.
And because we like to always pull the curtain behind the scenes. So Marcus was disgusted because in the pre-meeting, he discovered that I have never said anything ill about Lord Manny Hayes. And he cannot understand why this has not occurred. So, guys, if you have anything that I should say negative about Lord Manny Hayes.
What the hell?
Wow, you're opening up a can of worms.
Wow. That's opening a different can of worms.
I'm pretty sure Levi will step up with some stuff. Also, I will point out that because of the blow-up nature that Marcus and Manny have created with the YouTube shorts and doing their shows, the Untitled Manny and Marcus show on Tuesday and Thursday, we get so many YouTube comments in our email. Unfortunately, we received an email from one of our listeners, Chris O'Hare, and he wanted to let us know how his experience at Collision and stuff was.
Can I pause for a bit before you go to this? Are you no longer releasing the audio of the show?
I am releasing the audio of the show, but Marcus, Thursday was a hard day for me and I forgot to do it, but I released it Friday morning. So I did put the audio out. Sometimes I get a little slow. There's a lot of networks that do that where they will give the audio out the next day so they can make sure they increase the views of the video. But, sometimes I do it the real time.
Just watch the video and get YouTube Premium. You'll be better off for it.
No. You don't have to get YouTube Premium to enjoy YouTube.
Oh, wait,
I know that for a fact. I can go through the ads. But
Manny, don't you use the Sharpshooters account where I have a link to my YouTube Premium account and you don't get commercials?
I also have YouTube Premium on my actual account.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right. YouTube Premium is where it's at.
I'm the only one that goes in old school. I can take an ad. It's only 30 seconds.
I can't take an ad anymore. I can't deal with ads. Sometimes you get those things that are not even ads, they're like 20-minute things. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Mark, I don't know what this means, but I'm curious. Controversy creates cash. Your calls from everything else says, I know Marcus ain't talking about not dropping for the show. Marcus, what does this mean? What is he implying, Marcus?
I'm assuming I can drop for a show. But, I have valid reasons. I was going to go get my car checked out, and then my car was stolen. So, valid reasons.
And he says he did the podcast. He also has premium. So, Marcus, you're the only person that sits through commercials. But
I will. You know what? I help pay these people bills.
Let me get to Chris's email. He says, just came back from Collision taping from Toronto, and I thought I'll share with you guys. Having been the only two other wrestling shows in the past, both WCW and Toronto many years ago, and relying on my elderly memory, in comparison, this crowd was dead. Again, in comparison, these were vastly different shows, so it's not really an apples to apples here. This show wasn't empty, but they had the entire upper level tarped off. Forbidden Door will be vastly different, as it's been reported that it's the third largest selling event in Canada history, only topped by WrestleMania 6 and 18, both at a much larger venue. Crowd was expectedly mild for opening Ring of Honor, as people were still filling in. Nice chance for Nigel, Tony Schiavone. Back to the comparison, Nitro and Mayhem were hot from the start to finish. There were times during the show it felt like a Japanese show. People quietly watch. I was waiting for the congratulatory clapping after a nice move. All the talent worked hard, and it became very apparent to me what Tony Khan means to pro wrestling, as the sheer number of people he has employed was staggering. Not sure how it come across on TV, but crowd, even though divided on Punk, were still heavily for him, where I said. I did get the feeling that the boos must have seemed louder into the talent, though. After Collision went off the air, the baby faces ran off. The heels, the babies grabbed the mic, and each guy took turn thanking the crowd. FTR Bald asked to have a second, then they could go back to booing Punk. Overall, it was a fun evening, and my son, who doesn't watch wrestling anymore, seems to really enjoy himself. My only gripe is with the Birch stand. That's right, Stan. One effing stand for the whole arena. Shitty selection at the most.
Ooh.
Most generic AEW t-shirt, hoodies. A lot of money left on the table as the lineup was around. The line was around the building. Everyone was disappointed. Looking forward to Forbidden Door, and we'll send correspondence for that show later. He did. He said, jam-packed.
Forbidden Door.
He said, jam-packed in action, much hotter crowd than previous night. Clearly, this group was really anti-Punk. Big reactions for Renee, RJ, City, MJF.
Why did your tone of voice change when you?
I want the excitement. And Kenny, Brian, and every dude just been telling it.
Yo, I'm a 1989 DJ. Check.
Classic guys really taking time to help make a Wish kid feel special. I might actually like Sammy now. Same issue with merch. Have no voice left, but what a night. And he says, how
much did his ticket cost? That's
Stay Sharp, Chris, the rapper friend from Toronto.
I mean, you know what, Manny? I can hear Okada's pain.
Hey, those might be the best tickets I've seen anybody have that I know. Well, Manny was on the show one time. He was close to NXT UK, so you were pretty close.
NXT UK, I was in the front row.
Yeah, so there, I take that back.
Vegas tickets. We were on the rail almost. We were like 2 rows back.
Well, I have old man memory. But thank you for sharing that with us. And remember, if anybody wants to email us, please email the sharpshooters@gmail.com. That's DA@sharpshooters@gmail.com. And we will eventually find you through all the YouTube comments. But back to SmackDown.
Can I touch on a little bit?
Go ahead, Marcus. Touch on it.
Just, because we're going to go into the SmackDown Tribal Court and all that. And I just want to skate by this little AEW stuff and crowd reaction and stuff. So far, I'm going to say Collision's been a good show. I'm just going to say it's been entertaining.
Despite the views,
it's actually
been a good show. It's been a good show.
Well put together, solid show. And for those who are not checking it out, go ahead and check it out. All your favorites are there. Miro and Malachi and, the House of Black are exclusively, apparently, Collision and stuff.
You would think this would be the show people watch because it's a show that people are not allowed to be on Wednesday. Here we go. Let's watch this.
Let me tell you something. I might have to change my allegiance to Collision because Dynamite has not been giving me anything. I wanted nothing to do with Dynamite this week. I was just like, what is this? What?
I think that was our exact viewpoint on that show.
I was like, why am I wasting 2 hours of my life on a Wednesday evening to watch this? Like, what are you doing? And you know what, Jamal, it is 2023. And I told Marcus on the phone, I don't need to have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. I don't need that anymore. It was a time.
Man, Eric, I'm down for a recap. That's like saying you did Shawn Michaels and Undertaker back at WrestleMania 25.
What year was that?
That was like 2000.
So it's not 2023, Marcus. So it's 2023. I don't need that. Mark, I'm tired of this. I'm getting Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. I'm getting Karen Jarrett on TV. I'm getting Jeff Jarrett on TV.
What? Hold on.
Hey.
Your audio is spiky.
I watched the new Matt and Jeff Hardy's this week on Rampage with Matt Hardy and Jeff Jarrett. The real Matt and Jeff.
Did Jeff do the...
Jeff Hardy went out there, but I wish
I know it's Jarrett. I know Jeff Hardy's, but me and Jeff Hardy share something. When everybody goes to Canada, we get together and have a day. And we like, this is not a Canadian day. We support America on this day. But yeah, so I was just gonna bring that up. Collision's been a solid show on this run, and
maybe one day.
And I believe Manny might be doing a watch.
No, I'm not gonna do it tonight.
Okay. He hinted at it, and I'm glad that his senses.
I'm not gonna commit to doing that on my own tonight.
Marcus, remind me when before we leave for the event tonight, Japanese night. Shout out,
Heritage Night.
Remind me to set a recording for Collision so I can actually see what's going on. I don't have a DVR setting for that, so I would like to see what all the hype and hoopla is about.
I thought you still use VCRs.
Man, I can't find no tapes no more, man. I can't.
You can't stream it from anywhere. You gotta actually, what you call them?
DVR?
DVR? Yeah, you can just stream it.
Nah, man. Nah.
Just stream it. You don't need DVRs anymore. Stream it.
So, because, people have business to take care of and some people have to sleep, we're just going to dive right in. Let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown, and let's talk about what Friday Night SmackDown was actually all about. It was about Tribal Court. It was 40 minutes of Tribal Court. We had it start the show, we had it end the show, and it was like stuff that happened in between, but the important aspect of everything was Tribal Court. It starts with the Uso making their entrance. They're having a good time. They're ready. The next thing you know, here comes Paul and Solo. Solo takes the mic from Paul, so we think there's some dissension. The Tribal Chief comes out, and he asks a very vital question of how can you have Tribal Court when you're not the Tribal Chief? Marcus, can you explain to me how did the Usos have a Tribal Court hearing without Roman's approval?
I thought this was an unsanctioned court right here. This was unsanctioned from the jump because I've been wondering this when they announced it on Raw or whatever this week that Roman will be going to Tribal Court, when I was like, under whose permission? Who's the judge here? Because Roman was the judge. You can't put the court on the judge.
Surely a chief in training can. Surely a chief in training can.
They didn't even have a replacement. They could have dug up Rikishi out there and hobbled out there and say he's judging Tribal Chief or whatever. And when they were like, when Roman asked this question, I thought they were going to say, well, we do have somebody who put you on. Maybe it was going to be at least Appa and Sika or whoever on the Tron talking about we're going to judge. Someone could have been out there. They had no plan. They had one batch of evidence, and it was Roman yelling at them, looking at his worst moment. His daughter was in the back, God damn it.
Manny,
was in the back.
Let me ask a question.
How you gonna explain that to his kids, man?
He got 5 of them. Didn't know he had
5 of them.
I mean, but
stop fucking Roman. Stop fucking Roman.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on Marcus. The elders sent Solo to help Roman at one time. Wouldn't it be better if the elders were shown to call this Tribal Court meeting? Like, I think I would enjoy seeing some elders. Anybody?
Yeah, but
I don't think you can tame those old Samoans. I think they'll say whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, quote unquote, they are wild Samoans.
That's true.
So, first of all, I want to say, if anybody deserves to be in Tribal Court, Jacob Fatu, for no showing events and stealing money, apparently needs to be under Tribal Court because he's making the family look bad.
Manny. So the real question for you, what do you make of Roman's acting? Because after Exhibit A was presented of him in his worst moments in front of his daughter, and I guess he decided he was going to relinquish the Tribal Chief to
Eric, that was perfect. Do you know how perfect that was?
The tears.
It wasn't even the tears first. It was the why do I have to do all this shit? I'm tired. Why have I got? I've got 5 kids. Why have I got to start looking after your family and your family?
Yes. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for all of this.
I
don't need the power. Okay? I don't need any more money. I don't need the fame. I don't need any of this.
When he wiped the crying snot and tears from his face with the side of the head, I knew he was serious, because that's when you go backhand somebody with the snot on your head right there too. But like the whole setup, and then Jey being a saint and trying to give Roman forgiveness that led.
You gotta also put he put the tribal I don't know what it's actually called. The tribal chief lay on him. And then he took up the title, and then he dropped to the knee. And then I knew what was happening. I knew what was about to happen. When he went to that knee, I immediately said, someone's going to get punched in the balls.
Well, let me tell you right now. I'll tell you this right now. Jey Uso full of shit. And I'll tell you why Jey Uso full of shit. Because last week, he said he wanted nothing to do with being the Tribal Chief. But let me tell you, he got really comfortable once the leg got put on him, because he thought he had the power to forgive Roman. And that's why he got hit in his nuts.
No. See, Eric. He didn't want nothing to do with it. But what are you going to do if someone puts that shit on you?
That was your burden. That was your burden. So I considered this under, like, because I remember what he said. I was with you, on board with that. Like, he doesn't want this. And I thought he was going to reject it in front of Roman. But when he did, Eric, and he accepted everything, all I can think about is Kate Blanchett in The Lord of the Rings when Frodo offered her the ring. And she put that shit on and freaked the fuck out and told me the queen and her goddess. No. And then she was like, I passed the test. Nah, she didn't pass that shit. She went crazy until she touched that shit. I'm just saying, that's what Jey Uso was like. Like, oh shit, this is nice.
Now,
But
Manny,
are we all in agreement that what happened to Jimmy afterwards, he deserved it?
he deserved it because, first of all, Jimmy was delayed and beating down Roman's ass. I don't understand why he was on a 10-second delay. I was like, and those punches that he gave him.
High.
Also, I was a tad bit disappointed. I thought they could have whooped his ass more. I don't know. I feel like Jimmy's been through a lot more. I don't know if a splash from the barricade while he's on the announce table will put him out in this severe condition.
It wasn't. He was already dead. It was the stare shots and then the multiple hits with the belt. You all know what the belt does to you. You know what the belt does to you. If you get hit with the belt, most people are knocked unconscious for more than 3 seconds. He got hit 18 times in the head with the new gold title. That title has Jimmy's blood on it. But the problem is, I think they need to take a cue from Jon Moxley, and they need to bleed in this segment.
Somebody needs to bleed, but I think it would have been so much better if before they started to beat down, if we would have got the spear spike again. Because I thought that was still one of my favorite moments.
Special times.
Money in the Bank.
You still have a special moment.
It's not special enough for that.
The spear spike connection.
But so we have the Usos leaving the arena because Jimmy has to be attended to, and you think this is it for the Bloodline? You really think this is over? Because we jump right into a United States.
Can I ask a question before we get into this? So, we see Jimmy being loaded into the ambulance, and then we see everyone like, oh no, Jimmy! Where the fuck were they trying to help him?
Yeah,
they were standing there watching him get loaded.
I don't appreciate. If I'm Jay, I'm going to the back. Y'all just stood there and did nothing. Y'all did nothing. Y'all let my brother get killed. I'm talking about you, Sheamus and the Brutes, and Santos Escobar.
No, Manny. You guys give me a second because I need to speak on Santos. I saw Santos' ass back there, and I don't know what happened. I need to write a letter to Santos and ask what happened to him. He used to be the man that would whip people ass in the parking lot. Now you out there caring about Jimmy Uso, man. Bring me back.
That one the parking lot, Eric.
Bring me back. It was close enough. I mean, I want him to bring me back to Legado del Fantasma where we just attack people. You guys did random drive-bys and stuff. This LWO shit is too soft for me.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna give him a pass. That gang shit ain't where it's at. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You saw where Tony D ended up.
But I did see where Tony D's at.
You see his legal situation.
But Marcus
Saxon's got to fight to get him out of jail.
My favorite part though, because I saw that shit where he says, "I'm gonna have a match with Joe Coffey for your freedom." He said, "What?" he knew Stacks could not win that match.
Like the whole deal was a scam. It was like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be here for life. I have to go through proper procedures.
Buddy, have you turned on Tony D? Do you or do you still hate him?
I just think it just raises the question of the Florida justice system to me.
Who said this? I'm looking at you for this one. How does
so like if me and Marcus got into a fight in Florida and one of us ended up in jail, do I get the option to go, I'll drop the charges if you can beat me in a fight?
I mean, in the older days, man, that was called trial by combat. So we need J.K. Smush here to let us know what the Florida Penal Code says.
By the way, I would love for this match between Stacks and Joe Coffey to have Tony D brought in incarceration uniform in a cage with a guard.
No,
I don't care who it is.
I just want him on the ring, Marcus.
I just want him on the Titantron, Marcus, watching, like on Skype.
I want him and several other prisoners watching, to be honest, on the screen. Free! I fucking did it. Him and Knuckles, he can celebrate together.
So we got an impromptu United States Championship match. That was actually a really good match.
Was it impromptu? I think it was scheduled. I don't know.
I don't know exactly what it was.
They had nothing scheduled for the show but Tribal Court, to be honest.
Yeah, because I think everyone was on vacation from what it seemed like. Because it was like, where was the rest of the show? I think I only got 2 matches.
It's true.
Austin Theory defeats Sheamus despite Pretty Deadly coming out to the ring and the Brutes. I thought it was a good match. I mean, Sheamus did what he had to do. Manny, what did you think about this match?
It was good. I'm starting to see what they seen in Austin Theory a lot more as the weeks and months have gone on. Like the attachment to Vince early on when he came to the main roster, not so good. But like, I think he's shaking that off and he's showing these. He's actually living up to the true potential. And then, yeah, he's living up to that potential.
What about you?
He's an early Randy Orton stage right now, and the grooming of him to being the next star. When Randy Orton was really just kind of around, didn't really have a purpose. Maybe a legend killer, maybe was forming the legend killer or about to. Like, he was just kind of existing. I enjoyed the match. You know, they delivered, but I think the problem with Austin Theory, the most interesting thing to me about Austin Theory, is there's a lot associated with Pretty Deadly. I was happy they came out to help their boy. I don't know what this alignment is. They never actually talked in a back about it. I think there's maybe been 1 or 2 promos with them actually together, but I appreciate this set being together. It really it
thing
gives
is,
Austin
the
Theory
correct
something.
alignment is not happening anymore because she's part of the metaphor. But Pretty Deadly and Lash Legend were the best team going.
Yes. But you know,
let me just say, I think Lash Legend is just really she's a diamond in the rough because she is as ghetto as she looks, and that sounds awful, but like
horrible.
But she gives that credibility, that street cred that you want to have. Like, you know, she's hanging out. She's gonna cause all that trouble hanging with them cats. I'm just saying.
If the metaphor was just No Dar and Lash Legend, I would be happy. I actually don't.
Dangerous combination in the world.
Yeah, I honestly don't care about the other two, Jakari I can't forget what's his name?
Ora Mensa.
Ora Mensa, yes.
So you should have kept Oliver Carr because that's
I know Oliver Carr. I remember Oliver Carter's name, but I'm trying to remember his new name, his NXT American name, but I can never remember that.
So the next thing was the Waller effect. I mean, Grayson Waller had his show. He had Edge. This, for me, it felt really flat because, like, Edge coming back with no purpose, and then I just...
When has he ever come back with a purpose?
I don't know, but this one, I was like, oh, so he gonna fight Grayson Waller. All right. Is Grayson gonna win? No, probably not. But, like, I guess we'll see what happens. Marcus, how did you like this Grayson Waller effect turn into a match between Edge and Grayson Waller's first match on SmackDown?
Oh, I was fine with it. You know, it gave the Madison Square Garden a chance to watch Edge wrestle his final run. Grayson Waller got his first match. He got that. He looked good in the match. It was a solid match. The segment went fine. The whole thing was he was trying to get Edge retirement, and it was building around the Edge retiring the Toronto show coming up in August, which was all over the internet. It's like, that's when Edge is going to retire. It's going to be on some SmackDown in August in Toronto or something like that.
It doesn't seem so soon. It's like,
yeah, and I don't think that's happening. I think there's been a deal that's worked out, and that's why they acknowledged it.
El Luchador says, Christian having a better last run than Edge makes me sad for Edge. Not necessarily. I feel like Christian and Edge are switching because it was at one point where Christian wasn't doing absolutely anything and Edge was at the top of the storyline. And now just currently Christian is in a better storyline, in my opinion, on Dynamite. Wait, is Christian on Collision? He's on Collision.
I haven't
seen Christian in a
He's
while.
actually both. He's actually done both.
Oh.
He
the only person to announce himself as exclusive is Malachi Black. Malachi Black is the only person to say he's exclusive to Collision.
Yeah, he'll be kind of punk when he was like, I'm not supposed to be on this show. But been on both shows. Christian's been on both shows. He technically won the TNT title via Luchasaurus on Collision. And I don't think he's in a better storyline than Edge, even though Edge isn't a part of shit. Christian technically isn't a part of shit. He's just being evil. Like, it's no real story behind any of this. He's just legit just evil for no reason. Like, he's about to fight Sean Spears, Eric. Sean Spears. That means you ain't a part of shit.
He's off maternity leave. You know, the only thing that I can say that I enjoyed about the whole announcement of the match
been off that for months, Eric.
The announcement was that Edge knew about this match between Grayson Waller. So at least I knew that Adam Scrap Daddy had booked the main event already for the show. It was going to be Edge versus Grayson Waller. Just Grayson Waller did not know. He gave that task to Edge.
Nah, something got bumped. Something got bumped, and we don't know what it is.
Lacey Evans promo. Evans returns.
So, Manny, as I was talking to you in the beginning of the show, I was talking about this match that we got on SmackDown, AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross, and you quickly said that the match that you got as a dark match on the SmackDown UK was far superior. Where are we going with Karrion Kross and AJ Styles in your opinion?
Pause, Eric. Superior is too strong.
Okay.
That word is too strong. It was better than what was supplied on SmackDown.
Well, you saw his leg, Manny. You saw Karrion's leg. He wasn't ready to perform tonight.
Why are you in defense of this B-Tech half-rate CM Punk lookalike?
Hold on, wait a minute. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I was going to tell him straight in a moment. I was just joking about the leg. One, I'm going to tell you this for the record. I am more interested in the Valhalla and Maxine Dupree.
Here we go. Here we go.
I am Karrion Kross and the OC storyline with me and you. There is nothing.
You only like her because she's bringing back she's making arm drag look sexy, and no one's done that since Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Well, I thought she made doublets. I thought she was bringing doublets back, Manny. She was bringing doublets back to the original form.
Eric, how do you feel about the doublet being on
I mean, since I coined the term doublet, I feel like I'm glad to see it's back in action. I mean. But I am a man of a singlet.
Back in action, it's still being used by people.
Yeah, I mean Otis and what you call
Powerhouse Hobbs uses it.
Yeah,
because you can't show how.
I want to call him Danny Green, but I can't remember what you call Gable Stevenson's brother's name, and I always forget it when we record the show.
You can't. You do. You can't really show how powerful and how angry you are until you pull down the strap. So I mean.
Manny, what the hell is his name? Damon Kim. God damn it. I don't know why I want to call him Danny Green.
I just want to point out that this AJ, Karrion Kross, Scarlett, Mia Yim, it just seems like it has no point. Like, it's a time filler.
It's going to be an orgy later, Eric. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I feel like they're all going to join up together.
Now, something that had a point was the nonsense that was going on with the women's champion. Asuka come down to the ring. Next thing you know, Bianca come down to the ring to attack her. Then Charlotte wearing some go-go dancing silver boots with her nude outfit comes down.
Charlotte was naked.
And then Io comes out with Bailey. I mean, goddamn it seems like it's a battle royal ready to happen. I don't know what was going on. But Io got that moonsault, y'all.
If I didn't have an HD TV, this was olden times when you watch it on an old box of a TV. Charlotte looked like she was being censored the entire time in her outfit. I was like, "What is this? Are you Goza? You dressed as Zool or Ghostbusters tonight?" And then when she ran, I was like, "Oh, Charlotte running. She must be barefoot." No, she had the heels on running. I was like, they just threw all their women in one segment. It was like, "We're done. We're done here."
That's that. They took a page out of AEW Dynamite. It was like, "This is throw all the women in one segment and keep it moving." Because you know why? We have Edge and Grayson Waller, and we're gonna give them all the time in the world. We're gonna let them wrestle. I mean, they wrestled. It was a wrestling match.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody been.
Grayson got the rub.
Yeah,
you swam, kid. You swam.
You swam, kid. You can swim. You can swim. All those people are gonna go back and win. And they were like, "You remember when Edge rubbed on Grayson Waller at Madison Square Garden?"
This is gonna be the John Cena Kurt Angle video all over again.
I don't know because I don't think Edge, although Edge is something, he ain't John Cena.
Well, he did. He interacted with John Cena at the show. Maybe we'll get something with old man Cena, who, him and Tanahashi has something in common. They're both kind of washed, and they probably can't deliver matches anymore.
Let's just say though,
but John Cena ain't jumping off the top rope.
he might try to do that famously.
John Cena ain't doing no shit off the top rope. Tanahashi is.
Marcus, I mean, Edge is doing hurricanranas in his dreams. To bring that back, because
he's never doing it other way.
You was on that. But then we got the conclusion to Jey Uso was coming back. We got an announcement in the middle of Edge and Grayson Waller that Jey Uso was on his way back from the hospital. And they told Roman this. Roman's like, "For real? I'm coming down to the ring." Roman was feeling really good about himself that he came down to the ring twice because he felt like he didn't get the proper acknowledgement. Manny, how did you feel about two doses of Roman? Of being acknowledged by the Madison Square Garden crowd.
See, when he was sat down and he was told this, and he's like, "I'm going to go." I was like, "I don't think there's enough time for you to come back out, Roman." I was looking at the time. I was like, "I don't think there's enough time for you to come out and do your full entrance."
That's why he did interest in a commercial break, man.
Yeah, I mean, they could do that all the time and save time, but no.
El Luchador did say Chris Charlotte did look naked, but if Riddle shorts get any smaller, he might be wrestling naked. I mean, he is having a baby with a porn star, so what can you say? He has a lot of practice with it.
But people need to improve their short game. These shorts are getting shorter on all shows. Whether you're Sammy Guevara, Riddle, Tyler Bate, all
NBA.
these shorts. Huh? Who?
NBA. The shorts are getting a little shorter. Yeah.
Oh.
Marcus, Jey Uso wants the title. Are you ready for this? Main event Jey is back.
Yeah, he wants the title, and he attacked with chairs. Solo, I don't know what happened to him on this one, but really dropped the ball in protection of the tribal chief. Paul got the hell out of there, though. Paul was gone before anybody else. So, yeah, I'm assuming this is SummerSlam main event, and I think it's only one thing to do. You put the tribal chief lay above the ring with a ladder. If it wasn't for Money in the Bank, the person that grabs that lay,
I don't need no ladder match.
Marcus, first and foremost,
I know. If it wasn't for Money in the Bank, I would say
Roman got 5 kids. He ain't climbing up nobody's ladder. He don't do that.
He might,
because he about to have 6 probably if he gets any time off.
So what is your SummerSlam? Do you just put Solo at ringside with Heyman, or
Marcus,
do you just go
for you, Marcus? Because I know you had a hard week. I know you had a hard week, Marcus. Not only will we put Solo at ringside, but he'll be over the ring in the cage, in the shark cage, Marcus. That's where we're gonna put Solo up in there, and have Jimmy watch Skype, like look at with the elders, just in the room with the elders.
We did bring this up. We did bring this up, by the way, when they had that little scuffle with the lay or the tribal chief garb, and it was in the middle, perfectly laid between Jey and Roman and Solo in the middle, and then he grabbed it and he had all the power, and it was a tease that he may put it on.
I don't know why I want this, but I need to have all the elders in a hospital room with a damp cloth put it on top of Jimmy Uso's head. Why? Just I need to have the elders paying a visit to Jimmy Uso to realize that they created a monster. I don't know why.
His ass. He's guilty, man. I'm so sorry, Jimmy. I'm so sorry. But yeah,
this is all Jimmy's fault. Jimmy wanted all of this. Jimmy wanted all this. He could have lived a happy life being mentally tormented by Roman. being paid like a top guy. No, he wanted this. So
he could have been a right-hand man. He could have been right.
But he decides to be nobody's bitch.
Because you know why?
Your being.
You know why? Yeah. Because Jimmy couldn't accept the fact that for the first time in his life, he wasn't the older brother. He wasn't the one making the decisions. Jey Uso grew out of his shadow of being a minute older than he is. And now he is the true one. He is the true tribal chief.
So, with that being said, with the SmackDown coming to the end, and normally,
do we want
this? Question?
Did you look up their children's names or something? I don't think her name is Becky Rollins either.
Yeah, I think her name is like Rue.
Yeah, but the thing is, these are the names.
Ronda Reyes. These do sound like Missy Reyes names.
Wait, can I ask a question? Is Ronda Reyes like a child that Roman and Ronda had together that no one knew, like a different baby?
I think the Seth baby will be known as like what? Rebecca Black? Like put their indie names on there.
Hey, shout out to Shayna cut a promo who nobody wanted Ronda's ass anyway. Just shout out to Shayna.
That was the best promo ever.
Yeah.
Sorry, you made me hate this. Anyway, the question is always asked of the week of wrestling. What was the best show of the week? Was it Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, or 10 minutes of SmackDown?
Let me ask a question.
10 minutes of SmackDown was extended.
This the only question I have is this based on in-ring action, or are we basing it off of
show, Eric? Show.
Well, fucking SmackDown, man, because all I care about is the bloodline. That's the only thing that makes me happy. They had exhibits, man.
They
for
had,
the non-sanctioned.
You said like they had exhibit.
X. What you see is what you get now. We're here to pimp.
No. He's more known for pimping somebody's ride. They put this goldfish in your car. Ruin people's lives. I'm gonna put some fur. I'll put some tiger skin on your tires.
Let me put all this. Let me put all this extra weight on your car, but we're not gonna change the transmission so it can carry all this weight.
Yeah, they did all of that, but on Pimp My Ride, they would do all that, and then the person couldn't afford any of the things to keep up the upkeep or nothing. It was so many problems with that show. So many problems. Glittered ropes, velvet rats,
disco ball.
Oh man. I think that there was an episode of Pimp My Ride that's missing the WWE episode where they decided to pimp, or a wrestling episode where they decided to pimp somebody's ride and turn it into classic wrestling moments. Oh, you driving the Undertaker's hearse? We got an actual pallbearer in the backseat of your car. Not the pallbearer, but a pallbearer.
He comes with the car.
Yeah. And your outer interior carved by the Undertaker himself, made out of Kamala's own casket. Has the moves on it and everything. Is this shit going
I miss those days when the Undertaker went to work on his casket.
Yes.
And we got a good amount of parts of the Junkyard Dog's junkyard.
Oh man.
So Manny, what was your show of the week? Because I'm picking SmackDown.
It's SmackDown. There's nothing better. Nothing better.
Mark, is it a trifecta, close. Marcus? Are you going with SmackDown also?
I'm disagreeing. I'm going to pick NXT for maybe some of the worst and best reasons. NXT has the best of times and the worst of times. SmackDown, I enjoyed the Tribal Chief and the Tribal Trial and all the drama around them. It's just that it was like you said, it was a skeleton show. It seemed like no one showed up to this event and they had to do all the stuff by themselves. Like we got 7 people here. So I'm going with NXT.
Oh shit. Wrestling news sites need to get traction. Because the report Vince McMahon was backstage on the July 7th WWE SmackDown. I mean, it's not that far.
Is that why nobody was at the show?
Maybe.
Shit, Vince is here. But every week he rips up script, and you know what? Good times. Rip him again. Vince is in charge of WWE's latest booking. He's doing good work. You know what? He's doing God's work. He buried Karrion Kross this week.
He needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross?
He's my one.
He's been in for a year. He's been back for nearly a year now. He has done nothing.
Yeah,
that's partially due to booking too, but like he has given you no reason to care at the same point.
But is it his fault, or is it the fault that when he got hired, people were hyping him up to be a really big deal, and I just don't think that he has the charisma outside of his wife. Like I don't know what it is.
It takes a certain amount of talent, first of all, to be given shit, and then make it look good. Like LA Knight. Prior to that, when he was Max Dupree.
Manny, okay, you guys, Manny and Marcus, I'm about to make you guys make an impossible choice right now. And I'm sorry that I'll have to put you guys through this. All right, Manny, well, I'm going to let you go first. Karrion Kross or Jungle Jack Perry?
Ooh, Jack Perry.
What about in what?
No, this like a talent. Jack Perry has more upside.
I'll take Jack Perry just because.
Really?
Yeah, Jungle Jack's got more upside.
I'll probably take Karrion Kross because of his size.
Are you crazy? Let me tell you the downfall of Karrion Kross. He grew his hair and he gained weight. Like he looks chunky. He looks slower. He grew his hair. He doesn't look menacing, and he talks more. I'm taking Jack Perry, and he's 25. At least I can always go back to Luke Perry footage too with him.
No, you don't go back to the Luke Perry footage of that.
Like for me, Jack Perry, if he worked today to me, would come out to
all right, Marcus. All right, because we're playing this or that, Marcus. Brian Cage or Karrion Kross?
Karrion Kross.
Manny.
Brian Cage. I've seen what I can get out of Karrion Kross in WWE. I do not know what I can get out of Brian Cage.
I think I've seen the best of Brian Cage over his career, and whether it's Impact or Lucha or whatever, and AEW. I feel like I've seen it, and I feel like he doesn't take his career serious. Why should I?
Manny, I'm going to ask you first because
I get Scarlet with Kross.
Marcus, Manny, Karrion Kross, Will or Yuta?
Karrion Kross.
Wow. Okay, Marcus, I know you taking Karrion Kross. Unless you go try to flip the script and take Willie Yuta.
I don't believe I'm flipping the script here, Eric. I've said it. I said it on the Thursday show. I believe Willie Yuta is a very talented wrestler. I just can't make no money with him. I'm going Karrion Kross. It comes with Scarlett. It comes with Scarlett. Fuck you, Yuta. I want you to know it. I want you to feel it right now.
Shout out to Edge. Shout out to Edge making a rare name dropping Sable on SmackDown.
Yes. And Mark Barrow. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Same with Mark Barrow reference. We relived that moment. Edge makes it.
Okay, so you guys, as I'm looking through the news, wrestling sites and stuff, just see if I have any news just to put it there. My favorite news story I came across: Ethan Page promised his daughter he will win championship go at AEW one day, and I'm just
Why are you lying to
Ethan Page, you're gonna be released before that.
Hold on, no, I'm gonna say he didn't say what kind of gold he was winning. AEW has 700 belts. He can win any one of those titles. He can be a trios champion. He could be a tag team champion. He could be a Mid-Atlantic champion or international champion or the New Japan champion, but wrestling with AEW. He can have any of those belts.
Excuse me while I say something. I want to give a pity clap to AEW for trying to make me care this week about somebody that I don't give a fuck about. When I got the little promo package with Darby Allin trying to explain to me this Nick Wayne story and how he's going to make his debut next week going against Swerve Scott, who they had in the package of him wrestling when he was 16 years old. Just to let you know, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. You have a lot of other wrestlers that you don't feature on your show. So the fact that you're having Darby Allin's friend Nick Wayne have a match means absolutely nothing to me. Focus on the talent that you got.
This hate is hard. You got that Braun Breaker black shirt on. You may as well get the cross on your shirt. You talking all that hate.
Marcus, I got a 10. Marcus,
you look like Black Breaker.
Marcus, I just don't have my chain, and I got a 10 in appointment. I have a 10 in appointment after this finishes.
You're already dark. You're already dark. You don't need another.
I'm gonna 10. Be darker, Marcus. I need to have some highlighting.
You don't need to be Braun Blacker.
Braun Blacker.
I don't know.
And I was okay with the MJF Adam Cole birthday segment. It went a little long, but I was okay with it.
No, the whole thing was amazing when he ran around him like he was Roderick Strong in the entrance.
I just don't know if I like face MJF, and I know he's not a face, but it's just bothering me.
Well, this is one of those MJF stories that he's done already, where he tries to tease with his next opponent, only to turn on them in the end. This has happened several times.
Winning that tournament, whatever you get out of it, I don't know what you win.
I don't know. Tournament. They don't have brackets. AEW gets a strike whenever they bring up that tournament because they're still drawing names.
Are we talking about the Owen Hart, or are we talking about the tag team
challenge? The blind tag team tournament thing.
What do you think about the return of Keith Lee this week?
You look like you gave a fuck.
All right, let me just point out that when we start talking about Keith Lee, that tells me the show went on too long.
Wow.
Wow,
the man put effort in this week. He looks like he's losing weight.
Hey, let's talk about Britney Spears.
Oops!
I did it again.
Just want to point out. Just more evidence. There's more evidence of a white woman trying to bring down a black man. Just all I gotta say.
Like she jumped.
But this time she's right.
I mean, she is right. But still,
I saw the video. I went, "Oh, he hit her."
He backhanded their ass, but
the quote.
I love the video. It's like, "That's Britney Spears."
Oh my God. A wise person. Britney Spears shaved her head the year that Wembanyama was born. He has no fucks to care about no Britney Spears. Now, if it was Taylor Swift that he slapped, that may be a problem.
Shout out to Raphael, who probably has some cares about Britney Spears. Probably would put it on the roster too.
Hey, I'm not disrespectful. If I'm the security guard, should know that wasn't just white trouble coming at him.
I can't be mad.
You're not gonna tell me.
Your job as security is protect the person that you're supposed to protect. If you got to backhand bitches, you backhand bitches.
You don't have to backhand women.
You don't have to backhand.
You don't.
When you're security detail, that's all you. Man, you guys are so.
You can easily just gotta stop.
No, you guys are so used to watching security, professional wrestling, and not realizing that they don't do a good job at protecting people. Real security guards. Where is the Boo Boo Bear so I can call?
Let's call Ryan.
Let's see if we can call Ryan real quick. The show is being prolonged. Let me.
Now we're gonna ask Ryan, should we hit white women if they are approaching you out of nowhere?
Give me 1 second.
He is not the guy to call.
No, this is the guy to call. I just have to connect my phone to the Rodecaster Pro to call Ryan.
Wow, thank you for that advertising.
Now they have so many different models. It's ridiculous.
No, it's still advertising.
I could do this, Marcus.
Yeah. I know he here. He in his room. I hear his phone ringing. What he doing?
How he gonna know my phone call?
Your call has been forwarded.
Motherfucker!
Answer your phone,
man. You know. Yes, I'm on my top flight. You know what, Elvis? Yes, top flight security. You gotta be your best. You know. Ooh. Wow, look at that.
That's nice. That's nice, Manny. That's really nice.
Top flight security of the world, not just the wrestling the world. Is that right?
Well,
That's right.
For in honor of Britney Spears realizing her fame is gone. I'm glad Madonna. Oh, she's sick. I shouldn't bring her up. If it was Madonna, she may have got shot. All these old pop idols coming up to some young kid. But you know, she's a Spurs fan, and she was excited to see him. I watched Wembanyama play last night, and he's gonna get hurt in 2 games. He was hitting the ground like Anthony Davis. Every time he landed on his ankle or his knees, I felt like they buckled. I felt people were punching him and pushing him back. That man gonna get hurt.
I mean, he already got dunked on.
Yeah, he done. He done.
I watched a little bit of the summer league of the Lakers play. I mean, some of them kids look good, but it's summer league. That don't mean shit. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna get excited about summer league. You remember when the Lakers won the summer league championship with Lonzo Ball? Look at that. Look at that now. They got nothing. They got all traded.
It's not about the championship of summer league. It's about getting to look at these kids, get you excited for the upcoming season or the past time. He didn't
answer my phone call. What the hell he doing?
Ring him again.
Yeah, let's do this again.
Yeah. I want Ryan to go all on. Y'all need to stop playing with my goddamn phone now. My goddamn phone. That's some old lady shit right there. I'm just trying to call you. I'm playing on my goddamn phone.
I thought it answered then. It was a long gap.
Yep.
Wow. El Luchador, when Yamba gonna be a guaranteed buzz.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 5622.
Oh, you gonna put his number out on the air? What the hell? Why did you just hang that up?
I didn't realize that the number would. Luckily, nobody get to this part of the show.
You don't have to call.
We might have to edit this out.
I'm not.
Yeah, we know.
I dare you to call him.
No, Manny, don't do that.
And tell him Eric sent you.
Damn, I might have to edit this. I don't know how to edit this. I'm tired. Anyway, well, we couldn't get Ryan to help us out with security. He is the resident security expert of the Sharpshooters Network, but we hope you guys enjoyed this show anyway. Yeah, anything you need to add, Marcus?
Please donate to the show, as in the host really needs the money and time right now. If you can help us out. And, you know, some of it goes to the great cause, like, you know, white women who are on a downward spiral.
Are you saying you're a secret white woman, Marcus? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the money I have probably will end up going to some random white woman or cocaine if you do donate to the show. I'm just playing. No, donate to the show. We need helps. We need helps. Manny's trying to go to All In, and Eric's trying to
No.
do stuff.
I'm trying to sell my current ticket.
Yeah.
So I can sit next to the royal box. which does VIP, which is a VIP setting where they serve me food and drink.
Hey. So you're not the
which
one
is
that walks
actually
up and does
which
this.
is actually further up than where I'm sitting, but
Well-
the seating available is the first row, where I don't have sour, stinking people in front of me and fat people that are huge. When they stand up, I can't see anything anymore.
Funky.
Manny,
Wash your ass, people.
if you
Wash
learn
your ass.
anything-
If
if
you
you
go to
learn
wrestling,
anything-
wash your ass and use soap. That's all we ask.
If you learn anything from Dynamite this week, laughing at fat people is okay, Manny. You gotta watch Adam Cole and MJF do it in a
Oh,
gym.
yeah.
The most shameful thing you can do. I hurt for that fat man in that gym right now. And if that fat man would have hurt Adam Cole, I bet you Adam Cole would have ran.
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you
the
something.
fat
though.
man wouldn't have caught him.
Hey, that
But-
fat man, don't lose your hope, man. Keep putting that work in. I don't know what you was doing, but you was doing something that was more than what you did
He looked
yesterday.
like he was lifting up tens.
Well, hey, everybody
What are you
starts
doing, Tony?
somewhere.
He had to
Everyone
start
starts
Manny.
somewhere.
He had to start somewhere.
Not everybody can lift 45s or have somebody off camera hold up the weight bar as you pump iron. I'm just saying. I'm
Adam
just
Cole
saying.
gonna fuck around though. He gonna fuck around with that fat man and get fucked up. MJF ain't gonna help him. That man will follow Adam Cole.
El
That'd be the
Luchador,
end.
I'm pretty sure they're a lot lower than you expect. I don't think showers and wrestling fans go hand in hand. I just don't.
You know, at those events, I actually want to hold a survey as they go through and scan their ticket. Like, do you take a shower today?
I just think
Nope.
that it's only one event. I think there's only one event that probably has a more higher funk factor than professional wrestling, and that's probably the rodeo. I don't
Nope.
think they wash their ass at the rodeo either.
No. Comic-Con.
Oh, you right.
WonderCon or any of these other countries. I just think I'm going to start setting up a fragrance booth outside of wrestling shows.
No, Marcus. I
No,
disagree.
I'm not going to spray it with cologne. I'm just going to have Dynamite off-brand Dynamite soap, but it's going to be this Dynamite soap. No, you got to turn it upside down. It's Marcus soap. It's an M, not a W.
Not the mid soap.
Not the men's soap either. But I would sell that and be like, wash your ass on the back before any wrestling show.
Or at
At
least
least-
have like some type of decontamination chamber.
A luchador, I hope you moisturize 2 times a day also, because you know that's a lot. That's a step that a lot of people don't do.
A day. That's
They
suspect, bro. Dude,
Hey.
what are you doing that you got to
Hey.
shower 2 times a day?
You know what? El Luchador has his life with his mask on and his life without his mask
I
on. Let the man
support-
live his life.
Oh, no, I support the 2 shower a day rule. I support it.
Well,
Do-
Jamal says Comic-Con, rodeos, wrestling shows, rock concerts, and Coachella. Those all feel like
No,
very fun.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to a baseball event tonight, Egg. We think the fuck up meeting is going to be.
Hey, no, people at baseball wash their ass, man.
Not
They
all
wash
of
their
them.
ass.
Not all of them.
Oh, yeah, Manny went to the Cubs game, Manny.
I'm
What
s-
was your,
oh, Manny, how was your
what was
your
the
first
ass ratio
baseball game?
on that?
Pardon?
How was your
I had
first
2
baseball
questions.
Yeah.
I left during the 6th.
Manny, guess what? You are a true baseball fan. That's what most baseball fans do anyway.
No. I got scolded by Marcus by saying I should have stayed till the 7th at least.
Yeah, he didn't do the 7 inning stretch, yeah.
Oh, that is right. That's
Hey,
right.
He didn't do the 7 inning stretch. And this is shorter baseball. That means Manny was there for an hour. It was like, I'm out.
No, I was there for 2.
El Luchador is going through his moisturizer routine. He has coconut oil lotion, Bear's oil and face cream, and Gold Bond body lotion and foot lotion. I mean, the man got a lot.
For a man that eats edibles and openly tells us that is far too much of a too much of a lotion scheme.
Ryan, we have a very important question for you because you are the security expert of all. Hold on. Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ryan, we need to know from a security expert such as yourself, was security
answer
in the
that so
right
proper?
of what
Yeah, I
they
can hear
did to
you.
Britney Spears?
Hell yeah, in the right. First of all, your main objective when you're doing private security is to make sure no one touches the asset. And so this random person coming from behind, from the rear, trying to touch the asset is a direct violation. You got to do whatever you can in that quick instant to make sure he or she is not touched, whether it's Britney Spears, whether it's Kim
I don't care.
Kardashian, with anybody. You got to do what you got to do.
No.
Is
But
it
was
wise?
that
Get out of
is
her.
it was that necessary force?
The backhand.
Necessary force. First of all, I've looked at this video 67 times. 67 times. Okay. First of all, he put his hand up. Brittany's hand hit Brittany. The security had his hand up, so she hit herself. Okay. So security just put his hand up. She hit herself. So there was no force in it. It was just her stupidity and her thinking that she can just grab anyone she wants to grab.
Right.
So do you feel like, Ryan, that she ran into the security guard's arm? Because when I reviewed the tape, it looked like he was trying to make the arm barrier where he was just bringing his arm down to protect the asset, as you said. And just so happened, because she was so short and whatnot, she ran into his arm.
Yeah, she's going full speed. In heels, I think. She's going full speed.
So what you're saying is
So
she
it's
bounced
like-
off the rope to the clothesline and got hit with the arm.
Yeah, that's what happens. She recoiled.
What
That's
do
what
you
happened.
make of his statement where he claims she grabbed him when she clearly didn't even get an attempt to grab him?
I don't know who told him that. I think that he was in defense mode. I think he was like, "Hey man, we might get canceled for this, so you gotta say she did something."
Well,
So,
I
yeah,
think the
Wimby's
golden
a
rule is.
liar.
I think the
I'll
golden
tell you.
rule is, as Ryan's security expert, the
Baran.
Boo Boo Berry, which is spelled incorrect.
Baran.
Baran. It's spelled the Boo Boo Berry completely wrong.
Hey, hold on.
Ryan, do you think it's a wise career choice? And I'm going to say this, to start your career off by having a white woman in your premise slap back there. That's what happened to Jonathan Majors. He don't end up like this.
Well, first of all, you don't have a real career until you have a white woman in your presence, Marcus. So I think Wimby's going about it the right way. You know, like this is his first one. This is his first white woman. But after the second and third one, he'll be just fine.
Okay.
Even Shantae was corrected to spell it as I have on the phone.
All right. Last question, Mr. Boo Boo.
The Baron.
Yeah. Do you have any comments or concerns about the world of professional wrestling that you would like to enlighten us on? We're running out of time, so we're running out of time. Comments or anything, opinions.
No, just the wrestling's pretty good. It's just the fact that all these so-called wrestling journalists have nothing to do and nothing to report. So therefore, they're just really just grasping at pennies. Like AEW, WWE, everything is fine. There's no drama there. There's been no drama in WWE in like 3 years. AEW, things have sort of simmered down. Like all that bullshit about CM Punk is gone. So now they have nothing to report. They're reporting stories about Wardlow being unhappy. Who gives a shit about Wardlow being unhappy?
Right.
Who gives a shit about Jungle Boy being unhappy?
Right. As our views jump, I have a question for you, Ryan. I just went to the wrestling
did.
website right now, and it said that on the July 7th edition of SmackDown, Vince McMahon was backstage. Do you feel that's just a clickbait title, or do you feel that's a real story?
That's clickbait. Who cares? He's been backstage for 40 years. It does not matter. Wait, he's backstage. Has he not ever been backstage except for the 6 months where he had that entanglement? No.
So, Ryan,
this is as usual.
Can I ask you this question? How come in 2023 people can accept Vince McMahon being backstage, but we can have Karen Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, and now Edge and everybody else in the ring in 2023?
Hell, people are accepting. You can have fucking Matt Riddle on TV, who has done all types of shit, from cocaine to beating multiple women, to admitting that he was
allegedly. You got to throw allegedly out there.
Drugs. Huh?
You got to throw allegedly.
He's a security expert. We bring him in for his expertise. I mean, for all I know, the Boo Boo Baron might have to be the new host of the Steve Wilkos show.
I know, there hasn't been a breakfast fire for me to analyze. I'll talk about this.
Well, thank you, Boo Boo Baron.
I've got a question. Ryan, I've got a question.
Oh, Manny has a question.
I'd like to ask you the state of security in pro wrestling right now.
The state of security, I think the worst. They're getting worse and worse. I think it was AEW. We saw that guy with those terrible braids, Marcus. We were watching that. You know?
Yeah, he looked like Baby Andrew.
You can't have long hair in security. You can't have your hair long down like that. Everything has to be tied up in the bun. Everything has to be greased back. And I'm not talking about the body parts. The hair, importantly, has to be greased back. And this long hair in security is what's driving me crazy.
Right. Since you're a security expert, before we got you on the phone, you called us back. We were talking about the levels of funk at events. Ryan, where would you rank the levels of funk of like what events are the funkiest? Which ones smell a little bit better?
Oh, well, people don't understand. Like if you ever worked like a EDC or like a electronic concert, people are shitting on themselves. They're pissing, they're vomiting, and they're just acting like they haven't done it. At least you go to a wrestling show.
I shit myself out of I didn't do that.
It wasn't me. You can't Shaggy away your shit. But I caught you on the counter. It wasn't me. I even got you on camera.
You got a big wet stain behind your pants. That wasn't me.
They don't care. They don't care. Everything's covered in paint. They're all in the dark. They're all glowing in the dark, and people are just doing whatever they want because they don't want to use those nasty porta potties. It is disgusting. Wrestling fans, it may smell like ass. I mean, it's gonna smell like ass. I expect it to smell like ass. All right, that is just the aroma of the industry.
The
aroma reigns.
That is just the aroma. But EDCs never again. I never want to do those events ever again. They're terrible. Don't want to do it.
Hey, Ryan, are you down to start our own fragrance booth outside of multiple wrestling shows to just be out there selling our own special brand of soap?
Special brand of soap?
Fragrances. Yeah, and incense.
I treat it so the same way Marcus, I treat it the same way I treat the homeless situation. Like I could give a homeless man $1 billion, but if he ain't gonna use it and he want to do crack instead, I can't help him.
And Marcus,
same thing with the phone.
And Marcus, you can't give that soap out there because they're gonna throw the soap at the performers. They ain't gonna use it. They gonna throw it. And Manny, did that man claim Yo Kingdom with that funk?
No, it was the white guy. The white guy next to him stunk like he was bathing in soured milk.
That's why he wore the white tee. Damn, you can see his sweat stains right there.
Yeah, this is actual footage. I know Ryan's not looking at the cam, but I would love to say photo of Ryan.
This takes me back to the time that we were in Las Vegas. And remember, we sat down at the table, and that guy from Alaska sat down who was looking like a fat, overweight Ed Sheeran. And he was smelling really bad to the dealer was like, do you guys smell this? And he was talking about his funk right to his face. So he had to have the guy in the cage give an actual mask to him to disguise the funk. It was amazing.
Yeah. No. So when I was a section manager, numerous people told me I had to tell this guy that worked underneath for me to go have the conversation. You stink. And then I asked him, and then this guy tried to tell me he got a contact smell going on. It's like it was someone else, and I think it got stuck onto me. I was like, "No, man, it's you.
I never had contact funk.
Manny, I imagine you just being full Hulk Hogan. You.
Well, Ryan, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to help us with our security inquiries. If they need you for security advice, where can they contact you at?
Well, you can always just say, Marcus is always just like, hey, I need you to spit on this, and I'll spit. That's what I do.
It took me 3 rings to try to get you on the telly. 3 rings.
Well, I hate to break it to you, I was washing my balls, and that takes a lot of time, okay?
Surprisingly, I knew you were probably washing your balls when Marcus said that he heard the phone ring. I was like, Ryan is probably showering. Because Ryan, one thing about Ryan, he does shower, but then he puts on like 2 gallons of cologne. 2 gallons of cologne, and he'll come smell it out. It's going to be a long ride to the stadium today. Well, I'll see you later.
Why, Eric, is I don't want that contact funk. When someone's
you got funk defense? I feel like you get away with selling some shit like that. You can get away with selling some funk butter. I got funk butter on. What's that do?
Funk butter.
It bats contact funk. So if you're around funky butter, by the way, I was in an Uber yesterday. That dude stank. I gave him 3 stars because he got me there in a timely manner.
If he stank, why'd you give him 3? Should have been 2.
He got me there in a timely manner. Just was musty as fuck. I went, ooh, as soon as I opened the door.
Did you not at least have the window open?
Huh? No, the window was up, and he was stingy on the air conditioning too.
I feel like that should have been your review.
Just the whole ooh, like oh my god.
Shoot, I hope I didn't get no contact fuck from him when I got out the car. Hey man, what's going on?
Well, anyway, we have to wrap the show up because Shantae would be singing Functified. I knew she was gonna waste the time. You need to update your profile picture. I don't know last time you had those curly hairs with your new blonde hair today.
She got blonde hair?
Yeah, the hairdresser went a little lighter than what she thought it was. It looked brown, but then it came out blonde.
Oh man.
Well, who got blonde hair? Who went Super Saiyan?
Shantae was Super Saiyan.
Oh.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this edition. I mean, honestly, this last couple talk about Britney Spears and her security is crazy. But I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
Hold on. I'm Marcus the Grand Finale. Eric, you got to exit the only way you know how to. And you got to be blonde blacker. Ron Blacker, because that's what you decided to dress as today.
Nah, man, I'm okay because I'm not because I don't have a chain on. But if you guys want to donate to this show, I will get a chain and just show up, and I'll even make this a V-neck so you guys can see my collarbone because you know I've been working out.
No one says, hold on, check out my collarbone.
Oh shit! You don't realize how dark
Look how pale you are.
Yeah, look. See, that's how much I've been tanning. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Well,
Floyd don't exist anymore. He dead. He got killed in the gator pit.
I heard Florida Eric's in jail and waiting for Manny to wrestle for his defense to get out.
Man, you can't have no more disappointment than what Tony D had when he realized Stacks had to wrestle for his freedom.
You can't wrestle for shit.
It's gonna be a 3-on-1.
All right. Anyway, stay sharp. Thank you, Boo Boo Baron Security.
Is he still on the phone?
Yeah, he's still on the phone.
I'm still on the phone. I just want to say this, Eric. So before I go, there's a UFC tonight, and there are like 8 black people fighting on this card. On DraftKings, I'm at the all-black team. So if they win, we all win. So I implore you, Eric, to just put down like 25 cents on the all-black card.
Well, Ryan,
they're all gonna tap because they ain't got no ground game.
So Ryan, when
that
you see,
is very true.
Right, when you see me, when we get ready to go to the stadium, you remind me of this, and we can take care of this. We can gamble.
Yeah, but you gotta support the brothers. There's a guy he's a 2,300 to one underdog. He's on there. He's Jamaican. We gotta get him.
All right.
Yeah, he ain't with it.
On that note, stay sharp, everybody. Hey, Betty, I might go to Dodger Stadium to support Filipino Heritage Night. Just because we're going to Japanese Heritage Night. You are our Filipino brother. I want to support you.
Manny doesn't like baseball.
It doesn't matter. You told me I need to say something negative about Betty. I don't have nothing negative yet, so I'm trying to figure something out.
Have you guys still figured out if that World Baseball Classic Great Britain team was real? Has anybody figured out what?
Still under investigation.
That wasn't real. They came out with Arial font jerseys.
Trace Thompson was there.
Who is on that team?
I heard you were on that team.
They literally drafted players from the Virgin Islands. Trace Thompson. That's how bad it was.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, see you soon. All right, everybody, stay sharp. We hope you guys enjoyed this show. Yeah.
Like the hang up. I always want the TV to end their correspondence phone call. Hey, just a reminder, I still hate your fucking guy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm waiting here for the check.
Isn't that how we ended the last Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's who we are. Until next week, stay sharp. We out.
Deuces. You ain't gonna